confident that Cole will be your starter going into Georgia?
Yeah, I mean, all I can base things on is you know, what I've seen to this point. I mean, does that mean what if he goes out there and he stinks it up every day for the next 2 weeks? Well, I mean, we're not going to reward a guy for that. I mean, you have to earn it every day. You know, every single day you earn your job through your effort. You know, accountability, doing what's right. You know, all those type of things. It's a game of performance. I mean, there's always a pecking order and a starting point. And everybody has, you know, Grady Jarrett's got he's got a lot of good grace with us. But if all of a sudden he's going to go out there and be lazy and not practice hard and be all the things that he hasn't been, well, we're not going to reward him to being the starter. It's the same thing at the quarterback position. It's no different. All I can tell you is, you know, when Cole Stout has played, he's performed well. I think he's confident. He came into this spring with a 3-quarterback competition, and he had to win the job, and he won the job. It wasn't given to him. He won it. So I think his confidence grew from there, and I think he's had an outstanding summer. I mean, he came in, I think he weighed in at 231 yesterday. I mean, he looks great. He's strong, and he's confident, and we're in the same system, same coaches, all that. I think all of those things are positive. And he has a sense of urgency to be the guy, and that's great. But then you have this young guy over here, really, really talented guy who's worked really hard too, and he's not coming in here every day saying, okay, I'm just going to be the backup. I'm content with that. If you're going to be the best, you can't ever be satisfied. And I think that's his mentality is I'm going to come in here every day and I'm going to compete and I'm going to do everything I can to win the job. And so I think we have a great dynamic at that position that's going to produce very good quarterback play, one way or the other. But where we sit right now here today, I don't have any doubt that Cole Stout will be leading us.
If you think of it in terms of the stock car race, Cole's going at this pace, and he's been going at that pace for a while. Lots to catch him.
We'll see. You know, I mean, anything's possible. We'll see how he does. I mean, that's all things stay even. Cole Stout's your guy. You know, I mean, he's got to not only catch him, he got to pass him. So, you know, that's why you practice. That's why we evaluate every single play, every single rep. And then when we get, you know, 8, 9, 10 days out from getting ready to play Georgia, we'll say, okay, this is how we're going. This is what we're doing. And we'll make a decision at every position. But right now, it's clear that Cole Stout is the starter.
When you look at the group of receivers you have coming into camp, who are the guys that you know you can bank on? And which one of these young guys could you see moving into that group coming out of camp?
Well, I think, you know, from a coaching staff standpoint, we all know that Adam Humphries is as good a player as we have on this team and has been. We know that Sharon Peak is going to be a great player for us. We know that. And we know that Mike Williams is going to be a really, really good sophomore player. So we've seen those guys. We know what we have. They know what they're doing. So that's where it starts for us. Hopper is a guy that could help us if he will continue to improve in all areas. I think he's a guy that's very capable. And then you got 4 freshmen that just joined us, one that just got here, and the other 3 that had been here since January. So it's like they're redshirt freshmen, basically. I mean, you look at a guy like Artava Scott. I think he weighed in at 190 something the other day, and probably came in here about maybe 180. You know, seeing how these guys have changed their bodies, I'm really excited. He and Kyron Priester and Damari Kidd, and then this Travion Thompson, who just got here a few weeks ago. Man, does he look great. He's about 195 pounds, big good-looking guy. So I'm excited to see how all those guys, you know, compete and shake it out. But we got to figure all that out. But as far as where we're going to start, it's Adam Humphries and Sharon Peak and Mike Williams. Obviously, Sharon's going to be out a few more days before he's back 100%. But by the end of next week, he should be back, you know, rolling.
You had your